Evening, ma'am. My name's Officer Jeffries.
I know who you are, Jerry. You can drop the cop routine.
Come on now, Roseanne. Have some respect. I understand you've been hearing some strange noises tonight.
You stopped as soon as I hung up the phone.
Do you know which direction it was coming from?
Not too sure, really. First, it seemed like it was coming from down below near the ravine. Then I heard something running through my driveway. Hooves. From a deer, maybe, I don't know. So I went to my reading room to see what the hell was out there. I could have swore it was an injured animal. It's making these grunting noises. That's when I dialed you. Then I saw these yellow eyes just staring at me. And they were staring a long time.
Amala had always been a city girl. The constant hum of traffic, the neon lights reflecting off rain-soaked streets, and the buzz of life. These were her comfort. But when the opportunity came to move to a quieter town for work, she seized it, hoping for a fresh start. She found it in a small, quaint house tucked at the edge of a dense forest. It was peaceful, serene, and almost too quiet. The sounds of nature, the rustling leaves, and the distant bark of a dog replaced the noise she once knew. At first, the stillness felt like a blessing. But something about the house, something about this town, didn't sit quite right with her. The next day, as Amala continued to unpack, a knock came at the door. It wasn't hurried. It was slow, deliberate, almost as if whoever was knocking wanted her to hear it. When she opened the door, she found an old man standing there, his figure hunched, shadowed by the late afternoon sun. "You just moved in, didn't you?" he rasped, his voice like gravel. "Yes, I did. Can I help you?" she asked, trying to sound polite. "Be careful at night," he warned cryptically. "Don't leave your windows open." Before she could respond, he shuffled away, disappearing into the evening shadows. Amala stood there, her polite smile fading. It was strange, but she laughed it off. Small towns had their quirks, after all. That night, the temperature dropped sharply. The once comforting silence now felt oppressive. Amala closed most of the windows but left one slightly ajar, craving some fresh air. She drifted to sleep fitfully, haunted by dreams she couldn't fully remember. At exactly 3 a.m., she woke to a faint scraping sound. Her heart raced as she strained to listen. It was coming from outside her bedroom window. Tentatively, she crept to the window, pulling the curtain just enough to peek outside. At first, there was nothing, just the forest bathed in moonlight. But then, as she was about to turn away, she saw it, a shadow, moving, too quickly. It darted among the trees with a speed that made her blood run cold. Panicked, Amala grabbed a bag and rushed to the car, determined to leave the house behind. She didn't care that it was the dead of night. She had to get out. But as she reached her car, she glanced back at the house and froze. There, standing in her bedroom window, was the figure, its face still and cold, watching her leave. With a burst of adrenaline, she sped off, tires screeching down the empty road, leaving the house and whatever evil it contained behind. Amala never returned to the house. She contacted the landlord to break the lease, but his response was chilling. "You're not the first," he said simply, as though this was a regular occurrence. Weeks later, she found herself online, searching for any information about the house. What she found buried in an old newspaper archive stopped her heart cold. Mysterious disappearances linked to a house on the edge of the forest. Residents report strange figures and eerie occurrences before vanishing without a trace. The house was still listed for rent, but Amala didn't care. She had left the town far behind, back in the city where the noise of life drowned out the whispers of the past. But late at night, in the stillness of her apartment, she swore she could hear it, the faint sound of scraping, like nails against wood. And no matter where she went, she never left her windows open again. Thank you for watching till the end. For more interesting stories, subscribe to our channel.